Yo, over at my live stream, twitch.tv/HarpOver, I've been running some 80% Delirium maps. Yesterday, we ran Tropical Island. It's got the new div card. Everybody was talking about it. It's called The Fortunate. You get a bunch of them, and you turn them in for 2 divines. I wanted to see what it was like to farm 80% Delirium Scarab rewards on that. So let's talk about what the strategy is exactly. So I am buying a Delirium orb called Skittering. It drops Scarabs when you kill enough monsters. So the whole point is to kill a ton of monsters in the map, get a bunch of those Delirium reward tiers, right? That little reward tile in the bottom left that goes up when you kill monsters, to get a bunch of those. So I get a ton of Scarabs, and then we make bank selling a bunch of Scarabs and fueling the economy. And I wanted to try it on Tropical Island to see if we could get a lot of those divination cards and get a bunch of divines on top of a bunch of Scarabs to make a lot of money, right? So we did 32 80% Delirium Tropical Islands. They were like 7C each. I had to buy them. So this should actually be 7. I calculated it correctly in the end, but I just didn't edit it in the notepad. 4C Breach on the map device came out to 11 chaos per map, and just the map plus the map device. The compasses I used, we used Beyond, because Tainted Fusings, they're pretty big right now. Wanted to see if I could get a couple of those. And, you know, Beyond adds a bunch of monsters as well, so it's pretty good. And we'll talk about that with the Atlas passes, but I think the Beyond Atlas passes are really, really baller right now. Hunted Traders 10C, that just adds a bunch of monsters. Faster Deli rewards. That gives you probably, I think it's like 3 or 4 loot tiles is what the faster Deli reward compass is worth. So for 65 chaos, it's a steal. It gives you 100% faster rewards. But the rewards, it has exponential scaling, so it doesn't just double them. It makes the first ones like really, really easy, but you know, once you're getting to 18 to 20 rewards, it's still kind of a struggle. And then Magic Pack. The Magic Pack, I could probably swap out for something, but it's a really high value, very low cost compass, right? You get 25% pack size on all your magic monsters. It seems pretty good, especially when you're doing like a lot of breaches and you're juicing like really hard, and we have Beyond and all that. It seems pretty good, but this could probably be swapped out for something if you prefer something else. As far as the Scarabs are, it's Rusted Breach because you only get 1 breach no matter what tier of Scarab you use now. Maybe Winged gives 2, but who cares? All right, Gilded Div. Well, we're trying to get Divination cards to drop, so Gilded Divination Scarab. Gilded Reliquary. I'm a streamer. I want to get a Mage Blood. I want to get a Headhunter. I want to get cool uniques so I can pog out and make fun reactions. So I use Gilded Reliquary, and then lastly Gilded Ambush, because Ambush is really, really good. Bunch of strong boxes with the strong box nodes. It's another very easy one to add a bunch of monsters, and it takes no time at all, right? You click the box, you kill the monsters, it's done. Let's go over the Atlas tree, and then we'll talk about the profits and how much currency was made. Well, let's go over the Atlas tree. So there's probably some optimization here. I don't know if I'm goofing. I kind of just did what I did last league, and I mean, man, if you look at the profits, it seemed like it worked out pretty well. There's probably a few things I can change up though. First of all, we're just coming out. We're grabbing the breach nodes. The breach, it gets extra magic monsters. You have an extra chance for more breaches. It's just really good, right? Breach is really sick for a ton of monsters. I'm getting map chance, so I at least have a chance to sustain. And then I'm, of course, getting the free strong box. Singular focus to try to sustain. The operative strong box and the corrupted strong box nodes. Again, you know, just more breach stuff, extra chance, close and open faster. This node's insane. I felt like this procced fairly frequently. I would get 4 or 5 breaches in every one of my maps. So like, that's just crazy, man. And when you get like that 10 additional breaches, I hit 21 reward tiers on Tropical Island. That's wild. That's crazy. And I don't even have Abyss. I'm not even doing Abyss. So more breach stuff, more box stuff. This is really good for +1 on map completion. You kill the boss and it gets you 1 free tier. That's really nice when you're doing 80 Deli. So, you know, it's another 4 Scarab rewards. For the Beyond, I just take all of these. Maybe I think I would drop maybe like the Divination if I'm doing Strand or something. Or maybe I'm like in Crimson Temple and I'd want to drop basic currency or something. But man, just to have all 3 of these, like I'm getting 30% more div cards or 30% more currency or 30% more uniques. Dude, this is all really sick. I think this is a reason why I got as many divines as I did, because I did drop, I think it was like 5 or 6 raw divines. It was something stupid yesterday in like 30 something maps. It was just dumb. But yeah, and none of it was like a box dupe or anything like that. I don't think any of them were from boxes, not a single one. So it's not like I got a couple lucky box dupes, which is, you know, you get the currency duplicated from your strong boxes. And then it's just red altars, more Beyond stuff. So why don't I go Abyss? Well, with Abyss, it makes your maps take a really, really long time, and you probably get like a reward tier with all the additional monsters, because we're already like, man, on Tropical Island, we're already pushing like 18 to 20 reward tiers. You could probably pump out an extra one or two, and it's something I will be testing out with Abyss. But from when I did it last league, it just added so much time to the maps, waiting for the Abyss and whatnot. And when you have like multiple of them, it just adds like a ton of time. Now, maybe it's worth it when prices are a little different, but right now it's okay for me to give up one or two additional reward tiers squeezed out of my map to just get in the next one because of how the exponential scaling works. Like, I'm not getting that many reward tiers, right? Like I said, it's one or two. And so it's much more advantageous for me to do a bunch of quick mechanics where I can like open multiple breaches at the same time, clear them easily, open a bunch of boxes, clear that easy, the Beyond monsters, cold with everything else, versus just like waiting for abysses. Man, I could just get into the next map and start juicing that. So that's the rationale behind that decision. I still need some Atlas points. You know, there's some really goofy stuff here, but you know, that's about what I have right now. So how much did we make? And should you do it? Well, yeah, obviously you should do it. This is insane. So I spent on 32 maps, we spent 22 divines on skittering orbs. We spent 9.5 just about on everything else. So the compasses and all the scarabs. This is including Gilded Ambush and Gilded Divination, but I did not include Gilded Reliquary because when I get a good unique drop, I just don't count it for the profits. When I get like a really cool, like High Resire I got when I was doing Strand for 7 divines, I'm not going to count that, right? Because that's not typical. So it came out to 31.7 div, just about 32 divines. And in just Scarabs alone, I made 59 divines. So if you don't include anything else, we're already super in the money. We're already super in the money. Okay, minus, what was it? 31.7. We made 27 divines just off the Scarabs. This is at a 100% rate. And I could probably sell the Scarabs for 110% if I wanted. I could sell the Gildeds and squeeze out a lot more. Probably just going to bulk sell using PoE stack all at once just because it makes it so much easier. But holy moly. And then there's 81 total divine value. Now this is including like the raw divines I got. And by the way, let's talk about the divination cards, because 2 of these 8 divines are from the div card turn-in, as this PoE stack doesn't have the div cards yet. I don't think it can read any of the new items. So for the cards, I ended up getting 15 cards, which is really bad considering I was using Gilded Divination Scarabs. So we got 15 cards. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. Tropical Island really wasn't that much worse than Strand at all as far as Delirium rewards are concerned. And so to run it, you just get extra div cards in that map. But honestly, I think maybe I would do a cemetery. I think just to fish for that 5 div, get some extra exalts. It's a little more exciting than, you know, 15, 30 chaos drops. And especially when I only get, you know, a couple divines out of it in the end. So the Gilded Divination Scarab, it really wasn't worth it. I think I made, it was something like 2 chaos profit on the Gilded Divination Scarabs. So it's like the margins are super tight, you know, in consideration with the fortunate on Tropical Island with this strategy specifically. So man, yeah, not too good. You probably would replace the Gilded Divination Scarab with something like Sulfite, and then you take the Pact with Energy node, and you could do the Azurite node to just get 1 socket resonators with all your Azurite that you get from maps. And then you do this for like 3 max res, a bunch of damage, some move speed, and you run your maps a little faster. Or you could add some shrines on the tree and just replace this with Sulfite, whatever. I don't think it's worth it on this. I'm going to try Cemetery. We'll see what's up with that, because I feel like I'm going to get have a lot more fun there than with the other cards. But yeah, that was the fortunate, you know, it's unfortunate how little money it made. But okay, 81 divines in total. Here's what I did when I calculated profit on stream last night. I said, yeah, okay, 81 divines. We made 59 in just the Scarabs alone, right? In just the Scarabs, we had about 60 divines. I said, let's just drop 12 divines off of this total here, because it is going to be like some random things. Right? It's just like a bunch of random stuff eventually. You know, the Tropical Islands, hey, I almost sustained them. There's some Awakened Sextants. I got a couple scouts, you know, random stack decks, a good div card for 85 chaos. And then we're getting to like Jewelers, Splinters, many random 20C things, like a Tainted Mythic Orb. So let's just knock off 12 divines, right? And we can call it 69. A 69 divine value. Maybe you get unlucky with the divines. maybe blah, 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 blah. But I think it's safe to assume I can extract at least 10 divines worth of value aside from Scarabs from 30 to 80% Deli maps, especially with the tainted currency I'm dropping and, you know, everything else included. I don't think that's super unfair. So, all right, we have 69 divines minus 31.7 means we ended up with about 37.3 divines total profit over 32 maps, which means about 1.1 divines profit per map. This is every map we do, we make this much currency. And if you time it out, my shortest maps are somewhere around 7 minutes. My longest maps are like 10 minutes when I get a bunch of breaches to proc. This is including like looting and dumping into my stashes and whatnot. And so we can go with the 10-minute mark and say I'm able to run about 6 of these per hour. Well, that means we're right around 7 divines an hour, not including like cool uniques you can get, not including other drops and, you know, shaving like a bunch of random things off the top. Mainly Scarabs, a couple divines, some good div cards, and, you know, some good tainted currency. That's pretty good, man. And that's at the slow end, right? That's at a slow end. It's probably like 7 to 8. You know, I think that's pretty fair, especially once I buy a few upgrades for my builds. This is a pretty good farm, man. 7 divines per hour. I mean, we calculated it out on stream. I was doing POB reviews all stream. You know, it was an 8-hour stream. I'm sitting here doing POB reviews. We're kind of just dicking around. And I still made, over the whole duration of the stream, 4.5 divines an hour doing this. That's pretty good. When I'm doing like 20, 30 POB reviews, that's not bad. But yeah, if you just take my, you know, map time, hey, you just blast them back to back to back with no POB reviews, 7 divines an hour is not bad. Anyways, just wanted to get this out to you. 80% Deli farming on CF Champ. It's pretty fun. And I'm going to find some upgrades. I'm going to do Saffles to die a lot less today. And I'm also going to use these totems in the off chance that I do. But yeah, I'm gonna go the more defensive setup because I want to get some XP. I'm level 97 and I want to level this character to 100. So we're going to start doing more defensive upgrades. And that includes stuff like a corrupted Saffles frame with reduced crit and Fizz taken as. All right. Anyways, catch me on my live stream. Today, I'll be doing enraged strongbox farming on Cemetery. We're going to get those 8 mod maps and we're going to be juicing it up. I'll catch you guys there. All right. Like, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.